What's up, Transformers fans? I'm Mondo, and this is another Moonbase 84 transmission. And tonight I'm checking out the Transformers Legacy United Silverbolt from Beast Wars. But quickly, before I do, as usual, if you could hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and all that jazz, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, let's check out Silverbolt. As we start by checking out Silverbolt's Beast Mode, I'm going to bury the lead here because I think this figure is really cool. He's just a really awesome representation of the character and pretty fun in my book. But we will get into all that as we check him out in closer detail. So, of course, I just said, here he is in Beast Mode, looking really awesome. There's a side profile, just so you can get a 360 view of how he looks. I will say in the back he is a little messy, but totally doesn't bother me. And we will get an up-close look at him now. And I'm loving the paints that were used on this guy. He's pretty much entirely, as far as I can tell, in that gray plastic, but they have some nice paint work in the front of on the muzzle. You got that nice black applied, almost like a dry brush. In some areas it fades to the gray, and then you get it on his back as well. And it brings out some of his feathery details that are on his back. And of course you get the white paint for the tail feathers. And the yellow eyes. Oh, yellow eyes. His wings are really cool. I just love that, like a bronze copper type of color. With the, I'm out of camera again, sorry. With fading into the black for the wingtips. For the feathers, just really nice. And the sculpt work is nice too, with the feathers all sculpted in, and the fur, just really nice. And of course you get more on the underside, the same nice color, some nice sculpted detail again. And then you get that same copperish bronze color on the legs, revealing, you know, some of his robotic parts, and of course some robotic parts in the back. But again, now instead of like a lot of feathers, you get some nice fur sculpt. And again, I will admit the back is a little messy. You can see his robot arms hanging off the back, but again, doesn't bother me. On mine, I will say this wing is a little floppy. It comes more into play in robot mode, but again, not too bad. Articulation, his mouth does open and shut. If you can get your fingernail or thumbnail up or push there. His wings do articulate pretty nicely, nice range. And this section of the wing moves too, so you can flap, flap, flap. His front legs, mine are really tight, and but they do articulate here. Swivel, but you can get more articulation if you break transformation, because they do peg into his legs, front legs peg into the side. But if you break transformation, they go all over. And his claws slash paws, more like claws in this instance, do articulate that way, and nice tilt. I will say I also like around his talons slash claws, or whatever they are. I love how the copper goes down into those too. For the back, same thing. If you break articulation, you can get, or transformation, you can get some out, but you do get not as much as in the front, but you can go like that, but then that's kind of ugly, admittedly. So yeah, but you can get some fun poses with. And I also want to say that I'm filming this pretty late for me at night. Been a busy, hectic week, and I just got this figure, and I immediately, like I said, like him a lot, so I wanted to review him. But I'm fumbling and I'm stumbling a little more than usual over my words, but I am going to carry on because it is all in good fun. That being said, I'm going to get this guy transformed up into robot mode off camera, and we will take a look at his robot mode. And here's Silverbolt in his robot mode, and to me he looks just as good in robot mode as he did in beast mode. And again, I'll give you just the 360 turnaround. He is besides the wings, but that's part of the character, not a lot of junk going on. Of course, just like beast mode, you do get the beast legs on the back of his robot mode arms, but that again is fine. But yeah, just some beast parts here, but that's the character. So that is really nice in my opinion. We'll take a closer look. There's his robot mode head, looking really awesome. I think it's cool how like the wolf head had like the black going in through for the muzzle and stuff, and it kind of carries over the same aesthetic because he has a muzzle in robot mode, and of course the black with the yellow eyes in robot mode, just like the beast mode. Really cool. We get another hit of that coppery color. I'm going to just say copper from now on, or bronze, I don't know, here. And then you get some nice robotic detail. He's got like the skirt coming down with some more of that color. The always weird red button in the middle of his abdomen with these things around it, look kind of like claws are gripping it, which I always thought was weird for Silverbolt. And of course, a lot of the stuff in his robot mode we already saw in beast mode, but besides like in here, of course you get some feather details, and of course the same bronze that we got from his beast mode, because those are just his front legs. I will say the transformation on this guy to me is really fun as well. I really enjoy his transformation. Simple but fun, just some fun little things to do. I love how the sides here of his beast mode legs kind of look like furry arm guards. I think that's really cool. And take a look at the back, and of course that's his back with the whole feather assortment. You can kind of see the wolf ears here, which is kind of funny. And the thing, besides looking good, the thing I really like about his robot mode is that he's really dynamic. I think, in my opinion, especially for a Transformer, he just feels more like an action figure is the easiest way to put it. And we'll check out his articulation. He's got a head swivel. He can't really look up, but if you break transformation, you can look down. And he's got a great range of motion with the arms. He's got a nice swivel. His arms go out. They go everywhere pretty much. Because of transformation, you get full elbow. Of course, the beast mode leg will hang off there, but if you don't want it to, you get at least a 90. He's got wrist. He's got waist. He's got awesome leg movement. That's why I'm saying he's very dynamic. He feels like, I know Transformers when the robot modes nowadays they articulate like a standard action figure, but he feels more like a standard action figure than a lot of Transformers, in my opinion. Got a thigh swivel, 90-degree knee. His foot goes back that far, no forward really, but some awesome tilt both ways. And of course his wings articulate. They go all the way back and then go like that. You can pose them out like that, spread them wide. So yeah, really dynamic in my opinion. Let me get them. And then for accessories, which I really love, are these feathers. Pop off on either side like so, and they become swords. So I love it. Awesome weapon storage for Silverbolt. So that'll wrap up my review for the Transformers Legacy United Beast Wars Silverbolt. Like I said, I'm sure by now, if you made it this far in the video, you know how I feel about him. I think he is a fantastic figure, an awesome representation of Silverbolt from Beast Wars. Both modes are done really well with very little hiccups. They both look really good. I like the paint apps used to bring out the details, and the colors just make him look really, really cool. The robot mode to me really excels just because of the posability and stuff, and you can get him in a lot of dynamic poses. I forgot to mention he does have a port on the back behind him if you want to utilize his plate stand, so that's another option. Yeah, just a really cool figure. Super happy that I picked him up. I knew he was always on my radar since he was announced, and I finally picked him up, and I couldn't be happier. He is one of my favorite pickups, one of my favorite figures of 2024 so far. Just a really awesome figure, and I couldn't be happier. With that being said, comment to let me know your thoughts on Silverbolt, and as always, thanks for docking.